Welcome to the Tower Update in Spence Manor. I'm Daniel Whittington. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on the Lost Boys and just a reminder of what it's about, because it's now been almost 2 years since we started the process of trying to build Lost Boys. Now, as we do classes on campus, as you know, the first 18 people to sign up for a class get rooms on campus because we have 18 rooms on campus. Well, one of the things that we found pretty early on was once we hit 18, people mostly stop signing up because they want to wait until the next time it's held to make sure they get a room on campus. But a good class size maxes out at about 24, 25 or so. And so we decided, you know what, let's add 6 more rooms. That lets us get to the perfect class size and everyone stays on campus. And so we sat around for a while trying to think of what we would call it, and we stumbled onto the Lost Boys. Now, if you remember originally in the Lost Boys from Peter Pan, when it was written, Barry said that the reason there were Lost Boys is because they originally were babies that had fallen out of their prams, being irresponsible babies. And after, I think it's 7 days, if they weren't claimed, then they were whisked off to Neverland, where they would never grow up. And actually, it's funny, the reason in the, he writes, the reason that girls this never happened to girls is because they were far too responsible to do something so silly as falling out of a pram. So we chose the House of the Lost Boys, and for us, it's sort of the male balance in the ethos down in the houses to the Broken Angels of Engelbrecht. And if you remember, there's a whole video about the Broken Angels of Engelbrecht. We chose from the community 6 different people that we considered to be Lost Boys, among them James Dean and Jeff Buckley, and each room will be dedicated to them. We started the process of building Lost Boys almost 2 years ago, and we discovered several things. One is which the rules for building construction in our area have completely changed since we built this whole campus. And there are a whole new list of rules and permits and requirements. And so it's taken us 2 years to get through the base level permits and requirements and analysis of groundwater and all of this stuff that we never had to do before, but we're finally having to do. And we just got to the point where they signed off on construction, and they're about to sign off on septic permits. And then we can finally start construction of Lost Boys. Now, this was the rendering of Lost Boys that Marley Porter did, the architect who did all the buildings on campus. And we're finally getting to the point where we can decide how we want to construct this. But it's going to live down at the base of the hill just west of Engelbrecht House. Now, if you stay at Engelbrecht House or have any time in the last year and a half, you've seen a whole section of ground cleared. And essentially what we're doing is we're extending the housing around the gardens that are going to be built surrounding Don Quixote and the valley. So we're getting there. It's going to happen. If you have any questions about the Lost Boys project or want to get involved in any way, let me know. And I'll look forward to walking you around the place as it becomes a real thing next time that you're on campus. Until then, may your crazy stay this side of legal, and may you return before we have time to miss you. Cheers.